Come on, guys, man. We got to stop with this nonsense, man. We got to keep it real and be real with ourselves. This WNBA face of the league is getting out of hand, and we need to talk about it. But we'll unpack all that next here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Come on, y'all, man. Let's have a real conversation, man. Y'all got to stop the gaslighting. Y'all got to stop the gaslighting, man. When it comes to the WNBA and who the face of the league is, man, everybody is trying to throw Caitlin Clark in as the face of the WNBA. How are you going to throw somebody in that just came off of a rookie campaign and hasn't won nothing? But before we talk about all that, this show is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek, the official sponsor of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the #1 rated ticketing app, over 28 million downloads, 70,000 plus events from concerts to sports, all your tickets across the web, all in one place, rated 1 to 10. Green means good, red means bad, and all your tickets are backed by your buyer's guarantee. And remember, use my promo code SimplyBallDropping at checkout to get $20 off your purchase. Okay, guys, man, let's get right off into it, man. There's too much gaslighting going on around Caitlin Clark. These conversations need to be had. There's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans and a lot of media pundits that are just trying to hand the torch over to Caitlin Clark as the face of the WNBA, and that's asinine. Caitlin Clark hasn't done nothing in the WNBA. So how can you be labeled or considered the face of anything? What has she won? Now, they trying to disrespect A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is one of the GOATs that we have in the WNBA. She has a very well-documented resume. Everything that she has done in the WNBA, even coming out of college, she's a national champion. She's coming into the WA. She's been in for 8 or 9, 10 years. And A'ja Wilson has won championships. She's won MVPs. What else? It's well documented on what she has done in the WNBA. And to really just shit on her name and not say that right now, currently, she is the face of the WNBA is straight out asinine. And all these Caitlin Clark fans that want to put Caitlin Clark in a stratosphere where she don't belong is just really, it's sad. Because how are you going to put somebody in a situation, in a position to be the face of anything, and you haven't won nothing? You didn't win on the collegiate level. You haven't won in the WNBA. You won the Rookie of the Year. Also, you didn't win a playoff game. So what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to the face of the WNBA, y'all guys got to stop gaslighting. A'ja Wilson right now is currently the face of the WNBA. Whether you like it or not, whether you don't like what she represents, whether you don't like what she does on the basketball court, but she's a flat out baller and she's won on each level. And the things that she's doing in the WNBA right now, it garners her to be the face of the WNBA. So there was an article that was written about A'ja Wilson on being the face of the WNBA. Let's take a look at what this article had to say. Franchise Sports Media, A'ja Wilson is the face of the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces' A'ja Wilson has accomplished everything a player could during her time in the WNBA. She has been a multiple-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and champion, and now she is the face of the WNBA. It's time for people to recognize it. Las Vegas Aces superstar A'ja Wilson is the WNBA's best player, and she's a two-time MVP, a two-time champion, a WNBA Finals MVP, a two-time WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, and undefensively every time she steps on the court. Right now, the WNBA's MVP race starts and ends with Wilson. She leads the league in scoring at 26.9 points a game, and she ranks second in rebound at 11.1 a game. Wilson is also on pace to break Diana Taurasi's single-season WNBA record of 25.3 points per game set back in 2006. She is doing this while also being the WNBA's best defensive player. I played against all the GOATs. I'm going to put it out there. Wilson is going to be the GOAT of the GOATs. She's that. I'm trying to think of an NBA comp, and I'm trying to think of a WNBA comp. There ain't nobody in the world like A'ja Wilson who wheeled us on her back and said, hey, I'm about to put you on my back. Come follow me. And we did. Aces head coach Becky Hammon said. So Becky Hammon has high praise for A'ja Wilson and believes that A'ja Wilson, when it's all said and done, she will be the GOATs of all GOATs. Wilson is 27, but she now has an Olympic gold medal, two World Cup golds, 2 WNBA titles, 2 WNBA MVPs, 2 WNBA Defensive Player of the Year awards, and 2023 WNBA Finals MVP. It's time that she is recognized as the best women's basketball player on the planet. Wilson has been the best player for 2 championship teams back-to-back at that. Only 3 players in WNBA history have won 3 MVP awards: Lauren Jackson, Lisa Leslie, and Cheryl Swoops. Wilson won 2 in 2020 and 2022. And if that were to hold a revote for 23 today, she would win that too. So everybody that's sitting there saying that A'ja Wilson is not the WNBA face of the league is asinine, man. So how you going to put somebody as the face of the WNBA that hasn't won nothing? Caitlin Clark is a tremendous basketball player. Until she builds her resume in the WNBA, you cannot say that she is the face of the WNBA. Stop gaslighting. Stop gaslighting these ticket prices, these ticket sales, that she's moving the needle and she's getting all these teams to move to these big venues because Caitlin Clark is coming in town. We got to stop that. That does not mean nothing. She is not the face of the NBA, and it's time for people to recognize that A'ja Wilson, right now, currently, as we speak, is the face of the WNBA. And there's no ifs and buts about it. There's no way around it. People have to stop gaslighting. Just because you love Caitlin Clark and you fell in love with Caitlin Clark, what she did in college, but she didn't win, and now you're trying to put her above all these GOATs, we got to stop that. The gaslighting is real. It's time to give A'ja Wilson her just due and give A'ja Wilson her respect, because right now, A'ja Wilson, what she is doing on the basketball court and her resume speaks for itself. And when you talk about a face of something, when you have accolades like that and your resume is well documented, and then you look at all the players in the WNBA, she stands out above the rest. And right now, A'ja Wilson, hands down, is the face of the WNBA. Until somebody comes and takes that away from A'ja Wilson, right now, A'ja Wilson wears that crown as the face of the WNBA. Her stats alone, her accolades, the championships, the MVPs, the defensive players of the year, that's all etched in stone. You can't take that away from her. And to put somebody as the face of the WNBA that hasn't won nothing, it's flat out crazy to me. I see everybody in the comment section, hashtag salute. I see all the trolls. I see everybody with coming in the comments glazing over Caitlin Clark when we doing videos about Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. It is crazy how much gaslighting these people are doing for Caitlin Clark. But that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp, and we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.